welcome to the fourth night of the yearly finals. As you guys saw from the post, make it even. We brought back outside, and the VKT truck finally debuts. We're gonna let him go first. Now, we're gonna see which ones go farther and which ones don't. Starting off, we're gonna start off with Mayhem versus VKT. I'm just gonna send them all down since tonight we have to eliminate 8 trucks again because I forgot to film yesterday. So, womp womp. And then tomorrow should be the final day of the early finals. That was Wildside versus Classroom Crusher. Wildside in first so far. El Toro Loco versus Nitrade. Alright, those two seem like they're not doing so good. Bone Shaker versus Buns of Steel. Buns of Steel so far in last right now. Motosaurus versus Shark Wreck. Both of them going around, and Buns of Steel is still last. Earthshaker versus Whiplash. Right, gotta move. The ones that are farther than the others, put them in a line from first VKT truck doing good so far. And then all these others get to, well, actually, if they pass this point, they move on. So at least those trucks moving on. These trucks get to go again. Grab them back. After the yearly finals, I'm gonna go back to racing cars for a while. And once I do go back to racing cars, it's gonna be like cars characters like Gogo Logano coming back, and probably some new next generation rookies, and probably Stanley. No, not Stanley. I forgot his name. But yeah. Earthshaker versus Bone Shaker. Earthshaker moves on, I think. Buns of Steel versus El Toro Loco. Oh, well, that's gonna be a problem. Motosaurus versus Nitrade. And now, last, Whiplash. I should have thought about this. For this one, Earthshaker and Bone Shaker. Remember, we're eliminating 2 each round. Buns of Steel versus Whiplash. Nitrate versus El Toro Loco. And now, Motosaurus. Alright. Brothers 2 is him, Nitrate, and Buns of Steel. They move on, leaving us down to the final 3. 1 moves on, and the other 2 are eliminated. We're gonna do this one at a time. Motosaurus. Not a bad run. El Toro Loco. Not so great. And finally, Whiplash. First one eliminated, El Toro Loco. And Whiplash has passed Motosaurus, so Motosaurus and El Toro Loco are eliminated. Put those 2 up on the eliminated. Now I should get these trucks back. Wildside versus Earthshaker. Wildside out in front again. Nitrate versus Shark Wreck. So we're using this side only now, because pile up. Whiplash. Oh, come on. Buns of Steel. Bone Shaker. Glassum Crusher. Mayhem. And BKT. First for this 4 is starting with Nitrate. Wildside, BKT, and Bone Shaker. Buns of Steel versus Earthshaker. Earthshaker in first. Classroom Crusher versus Shark Wreck. And finally, Whiplash versus Mayhem. Furthest two seem to be Whiplash and Earthshaker. Two more added to the lineup. This round, two more move on, and two are eliminated. Classroom Crusher versus Shark Wreck. Buns of Steel versus Mayhem. Looks like it's Mayhem and Buns of Steel eliminated. On to the third round. Earthshaker versus Whiplash. Looks like Whiplash is further right now. Outside versus Bone Shaker. There goes wide side. BKT versus Shark Wreck. Classroom Crusher and Nitrade. Alright, for this four, that being Wildside, BKT, Whiplash, and Earthshaker. Oh, two eliminated and two staying this round. Classroom Crusher versus Shark Wreck. Looks like I think Classroom Crusher in first. Bone Shaker versus Nitrade. Looks to be Classroom Crusher and Shark Wreck moving on. Nitro Aid and Bone Shaker are out. Now, the last two getting out this episode related to the last and final yearly finals episode, so we can crown the winner. BKT versus Classroom Crusher. The two are going to be eliminated this round, the ones that are not close to them. Whiplash versus Earthshaker. And then Wildside versus Shark Wreck. One's eliminated, Earthshaker and Shark Wreck. That means we have figured out the trucks. Moving on to the final episode of the other finals to take the crown. Wildside versus Classroom Crusher and BKT versus Whiplash. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.